alongside the king himself, Jerry Lawler. And folks, the Anoa'i family saga is erupting like a volcano in the South Pacific. Blood thicker than water. But tonight, it's spilling everywhere as honor hangs in the balance.
No doubt, JR, with Umaga teaming up with his nephew, Jacob Fatu, in this rogue alliance. It's like watching the family tree catch fire. But who's coming to put it out? The Rock and Rikishi, storming down the ramp. Look at that People's Champ strut and Rikishi's earthquake shake. The crowd's electric.
They hit the ring like a tag team tornado. Mics raised high, the arena shaken with Rocky, chants. By God, these two are the heart and soul of the Anoa'i legacy, and they're not mincing words tonight.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Boston. The People's Champ stands tall with family, and we're here to talk real. About blood, about pride, about taking back what's ours. Umaga, you Samoan bulldozer, link in arms with Jacob Fatu in this twisted alliance. You all running wild, bulldozing the Anoa'i honor we sweated and bled for? Know your role, shut your mouth, and get ready, cause The Rock's coming for that throne you stole.
Straight fire, JR! Umaga and Jacob are monsters together, pure destruction! But The Rock's got that gift of gab that turns words into weapons. Rikishi's looking like he's ready to stomp a mud hole right now!
Umaga, my brother, Jacob, blood of my blood, you two turning our family legacy into a battlefield of betrayal, teaming up to disgrace the Anoa'i name we carried for generations. Rikishi's had enough. The Rock and me were the defenders, the true keepers of this fire, and at No Way Out, we're going to set this family straight once and for all.
Hell yeah, no way out? That's your last exit before the people's justice hits. Umaga, Jacob, you think this alliance makes you untouchable? We're the originals, the unbreakable bloodline, and we're stepping in that ring to lay the smackdown, defending our empire, snapping your streak, and leaving you smelling what family payback is cooking. Right on your candy asses. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Mic drop! The Rock and Rikishi stand united, arms raised as pyro explodes behind them. The challenge is thrown. No Way Out is locked and loaded. This ain't just a match, King. It's a family reckoning.
Unbelievable, JR! Umaga's bulldozing power clashing with Jacob's feral intensity against The Rock's electricity and Rikishi's soul. No Way Out's gonna be legendary. Samoan thunder about to crack the dome.
Up next is a clash of eras and attitudes. The demonic Big Red Machine, Kane against the slick silver-tongued heel from the heart of Texas, Gino, the handsome half Hernandez. This one's got bad blood written all over it.
Oh yeah, JR! Gino's all flash and no fear, thinking his good looks and cheap shots will take down a 7-foot inferno like Kane. This boy's about to learn why they call him the devil's favorite demon. It's gonna be a barbecue.
The bell rings! Kane towers in the corner, mask glowing under the lights, while Gino struts like he owns the joint, blowing kisses to the boo birds. They circle, lock up. Kane shoves him off like a ragdoll. Hernandez stumbling back into the ropes. Gino's eyes wide. Smart money says he's already regretting this dance.
Ha! Look at Gino trying to talk his way out of trouble, flapping his gums, calling Kane a big ugly freak. Big mistake, pretty boy. Kane charges. Clothesline. Gino ducks, but Kane's boot finds his gut. Uppercut. Hernandez hitting the mat like a sack of spuds.
Kane hauls him up by the tights. Big boot to the face. Gino's nose might be crooked for life, by God. The Big Red Machine's in full control early, stomping a mud hole in the handsome half. Cover 1, 2. Gino kicks out at 2.5, clutching his jaw.
Gino's got to use that weasel brain of his, JR. He's rolling out to the apron, buying time. Oh, low blow from the shadows. Ref didn't see it. Hernandez slithers in, nails a European uppercut. Kane barely budges. Gino with a drop kick to the knee. Smart. Target the big man's foundation. Now a series of chops. Whap! Whap! Reddening that monster's chest.
Hernandez pouring on the offense. Irish whip. Reversal. Kane sends him crashing into the corner. Follows with a massive avalanche splash. Gino's gasping for air. Chokeslam coming. No, Hernandez slips out. Schoolboy roll up. 1, 2. Kane powers out furious. Big right hand rocks Gino back. Sidewalk slam. The ring shakes King.
Gino's in deep water now, JR. Look at him scampering to the corner, begging off with that $1 million smile. Kane's not buying it. Grabs him by the throat. Tomahawk chop across the chest. Boom! Boom! Hernandez slumps. Kane hoists him up. Chokeslam! No! Gino rakes the eyes. Desperate heel tactics. He rolls to the floor, pacing, trying to shake off the cobwebs.
Refs at 5 on the count. Gino slides back in at 7, but Kane's waiting like a predator. Clothesline connects. Gino flips end over end. Kane signals for the end. Tombstone pile driver setup. Hernandez counters with a jawbreaker. Staggers the big man. Now Gino to the top rope. Missile drop kick. Kane's wobbling. Gino with a desperation bulldog. Cover 1, 2. Kane kicks out explosively.
Woo! Close shave! Gino's mounting a comeback. JR, knee lift to the gut, then a Russian leg sweep. He's pounding away, talking trash the whole time, but Kane's rising slow. Those fists of fury flying. Gino ducks one, hits the ropes. Big boot from Kane. Hernandez eats canvas.
Kane's pulling him up. Here it comes. The choke slam. Gino's flailing. No! He slips free again. Low blow unseen. Refs distracted. Hernandez to the outside, catching his breath by the announce table. Wait a minute. Gino's eyes dart to the crowd. What's he seeing? Folks, that's Mankind in the front row. Mick Foley's here, bandana and all, staring daggers at Gino.
Oh no, JR! Gino's losing it. He's pointing, screaming. Mankind's grinning maniacally, slipping over the barrier like a shadow. Gino's panicking, bolts up the ramp, no regard for the match.
Mankind's giving chase. The deranged one vaulting the guardrail, tearing after Hernandez. Gino's sprinting backstage, looking over his shoulder in terror. Refs counting 1, 2, 3. Kane standing tall in the ring, watching the chaos unfold with arms crossed. 4, 5, 6. The crowd's on their feet, loving this madness.
This is gold. JR. 7, 8. Hernandez diving through the curtain. Mankind right on his tail. Screams echoing from gorilla position. 9, 10 factorial. It's over.
The bell rings. Kane wins by countout. The big red machine stands victorious. Flames shooting from the posts as he raises his arms. Gino Hernandez just cost himself big time, running from his demons. Literally.
What a wild ride, JR. Kane gets the W, but this story's just heating up. Mankind and Gino? That's a powder keg waiting to blow. Kane's laughing in that demonic way. Tonight's just getting started.
We're going backstage now, where Christy Hemme is standing by. Christy!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're backstage here on Monday Night Raw, and I'm Christy Hemme with the technical mastermind and blue blood of professional wrestling, William Regal. Regal, tonight we see Will Ospreay in action against the vampire himself, Gangrel. What's your take on that matchup, and how does it factor into your own path?
Christy, my dear, thank you for the introduction. Always a pleasure to grace the airwaves with a bit of British class in this carnival of chaos. Now, Ospreay versus Gangrel, it's a spectacle, isn't it? The high-flying daredevil from across the pond, flipping about like a fish out of water against a blood-sucking relic who hasn't drawn a real crowd since the Attitude Era. Gangrel might sink his fangs in for a laugh, but Ospreay, he'll soar, he'll dazzle, and he'll win, because that's what prodigies do when they're not staring down a real technician like yours truly.
Speaking of which, Regal, at No Way Out, it's you one-on-one with Ospreay for the European Championship. The fans are buzzing. Do you see this as your moment to claim gold?
Claim? Oh no, Christy, this is conquest. Ospreay's got the flips, the kicks, the youthful arrogance that makes them all think they're untouchable. But at No Way Out, I'll ground that bird like a pheasant in a hunt. I'll lock him in the regal stretch, twist that pretty little frame until he taps or snaps, and hoist that European title over my shoulder where it belongs, with a man who's bled for this business, not somersaulted into it. Ospreay walks in the aerial assassin. He limps out, a lesson learned. And, when the bell tolls, Regal's collecting his due. God save the king of the European division.
Strong words from William Regal. Thanks for joining us. Back to you in the arena.
Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, folks, live from the TD Garden in Boston. We've got a gritty tag team clash up next to Al Snow and Steve Blackman, the martial arts masters, taking on the powerhouse duo of Gunther and Dan Severn. King, this one's going to be a ground and pound affair.
JR, Al Snow's got that crazy head with him. Blackman's kicking like a mule, but Gunther's a walking tank. And Severn's got those submissions that'll make you tap in seconds. I don't know who's walking out of this one unscathed.
We start with Al Snow and Dan Severn locking up in the center. Severn immediately goes for the wrist lock, twisting Snow's arm. Snow counters with a hammerlock of his own. Both men jockeying for position, and Severn takes Snow down with a single leg takedown.
Severn's a submission wizard, JR. He's trying to ground Snow early.
Snow scrambles to the ropes, forcing the break. He tags in Steve Blackman, who comes in firing with martial arts kicks. Low kick to Severn's thigh, mid kick to the ribs. Blackman's chopping down the beast. He whips Severn into the ropes. Spinning heel kick connects.
Blackman's feet are lethal. Severn's got to tag out.
Severn rolls to his corner and tags Gunther, who storms in like a freight train. Gunther absorbs a kick from Blackman and levels him with a massive chop. Those European uppercuts are echoing through the arena. Gunther with a body slam on Blackman, and now he's laying in the stomps.
Gunther's just bullying Blackman. JR, this guy's unstoppable.
Gunther drags Blackman up for a powerbomb setup. Blackman slips out, hits a drop kick to the knees. Gunther staggers, and Blackman tags Snow back in. Snow with a double axe handle off the top. Gunther no-sells it and backhands Snow across the ring.
Ouch! Snow's head just got rattled. Literally.
Gunther tags Severn, and now the heels isolate Snow. Severn with a key lock, wrenching Snow's shoulder. Remember, Snow's arm is still banged up from last week. Snow's fighting, but Severn transitions to a dragon sleeper. Snow's fading. Wait, he powers to his feet and rams Severn into the corner.
Snow's got fight in him, JR. He's not tapping.
Hot tag to Blackman. Blackman explodes in, kicks to Severn, kicks to Gunther on the apron. He's cleaning house. Blackman with a roundhouse to Severn's head, sending him stumbling. Snow joins in, double drop kick to Gunther off the apron. The crowd's on their feet.
The good guys are turning it around. Blackman's on fire.
Blackman whips Severn into the ropes, but Severn ducks and catches him with a German suplex. Bridge for the cover. 1, 2. Blackman kicks out. Severn signaling for the Kimura lock. Blackman fights it off. Elbows raining down. He reverses into a suplex of his own.
These guys are trading bombs, JR. It's brutal.
Blackman tags Snow, and Snow comes in hot, grabbing head from the apron and smashing it over Severn's back. Wait, the ref didn't see it. Snow with a DDT on Severn. He's got him covered. 1, 2. Gunther breaks it up with a boot to Snow's head.
Gunther's not letting this end easy.
Chaos now! Blackman drop kicks Gunther out of the ring! Snow and Severn trading punches in the center! Snow ducks! Hits a super kick! Severn's wobbling! Snow lifts him! That's my head! The head assisted neckbreaker connects! Cover! 1, 2, 3! Al Snow gets the pin on Dan Severn! What a comeback win for Al Snow and Steve Blackman! Snow picks up the victory, pinning Dan Severn after that wild sequence with head! The underdogs pull it off tonight!
Snow's arm might be hurt, but his spirit's unbreakable, JR. Gunther looks pissed. Watch your back, boys!
Gunther, you're not the only one who knows holds. At No Way Out, I'm taking your pride.
By God, Al Snow just lit a fire under Gunther! He's calling him out right to his face! Gunther's frozen on that ramp, folks! You can see the steam coming off him!
Snow's got guts, JR. Gunther's turning red up there, staring back like he wants to charge right down and end this now. But Snow's standing tall in the ring, holding that mic like a weapon. Wait, Gunther's shaking it off, but he's not happy. He's stomping up the ramp harder than ever.
Look at that intensity in Gunther's eyes! He's processing those words, King! I'm taking your pride! That's a direct shot at the ring general's ego! Snow's not backing down 1 inch, and Blackman's right there with him, pumping up the crowd! This is personal now, folks! No Way Out just got a whole lot hotter!
Gunther's at the curtain, slamming his fist into the stage. He's furious, JR. Snow might have just poked the bear one too many times.
A huge statement from Snow and Blackman, proving they can hang with the big guns! Folks, Raw rolls on! We'll be right back! Up next, we've got a clash of styles that's sure to light up the arena. The high-flying aerial assassin, Will Ospreay, taking on the Vampire King himself, Gangrel King. Ospreay's got that European Championship gold on the line in his future, but tonight, he's got to get past this undead predator.
JR, Gangrel's got that creepy edge, spitting blood and all, but Ospreay, that guy flies like he's got wings. I'm betting on the champ here.
Here we go! Ospreay and Gangrel circle, and Ospreay shoots in for a lockup. Gangrel shoves him off with a forearm. Ospreay bounces back with a quick drop kick, sending Gangrel into the corner. Ospreay's speed is already on display.
Gangrel's trying to shake off the cobwebs, JR. That drop kick lit him up.
Gangrel charges out of the corner with a big boot, but Ospreay ducks and hits the ropes. Hurricane Rana! Ospreay flips Gangrel right over the top rope to the floor. The crowd's chanting, "This is awesome already!"
Ospreay's a human highlight reel. Gangrel's got to get back in there before Ospreay takes flight.
Ospreay's not waiting! He springboards to the outside with a plancha, wiping out Gangrel on the floor! What athleticism! Ospreay rolls Gangrel back in, climbs the top rope, shooting star press connects! Cover 1, 2! Gangrel kicks out!
Gangrel's tougher than he looks, JR. That vampire blood's got to be pumping.
Ospreay stays aggressive, whipping Gangrel into the ropes. Gangrel reverses and catches Ospreay with an inverted atomic drop. Gangrel snarling now, laying in those vicious stomps. He drags Ospreay up, Impaler DDT. That's Gangrel's bread and butter. Cover 1, 2. Ospreay kicks out.
Gangrel's got that dark side coming out. He's smelling blood, literally.
Gangrel stalking Ospreay, setting up for another DDT. Ospreay counters with a jawbreaker. Gangrel staggers, and Ospreay hits a handspring and Zooigiri. Good lord, what a shot! Ospreay's backpedaling, feeding off the energy. Pip pip cheerio! That running shooting star press flattens Gangrel. Cover 1, 2. Gangrel gets a shoulder up.
Ospreay's pulling out all the stops, JR. This kid's got moves for days.
Gangrel's fighting back, raking Osprey's eyes behind the ref's back. Dirty tactics from the vampire. He whips Osprey into the corner, follows with a running splash, but Osprey sidesteps. Gangrel hits the turnbuckle hard. Osprey with a super kick to the jaw. Gangrel's wobbling.
Gangrel's on Dream Street. Osprey's lining him up.
Osprey measures. Here it comes. Cutter. That flipping cutter connects right on the money. Gangrel's out cold. Osprey hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Will Osprey wins it? What a clinic by Will Osprey! The aerial assassin soars to victory over Gangrel with that picture-perfect Cutter. Gangrel brought the grit, but Osprey's precision and speed were too much tonight.
Gangrel gave him a hell of a fight, JR, but Osprey's on another level. That Cutter, lights out! You gotta wonder who's next for this high flyer.
Wait a minute, here comes William Regal! The British brawler's got those brass knuckles loaded, King. Osprey's still celebrating. He doesn't see him coming.
Oh no! Regal's on a mission! He's sliding into the ring behind Osprey. Look out!
Good lord! Regal's brutalizing Osprey with those brass knucks. Osprey's busted open. The blood's pouring. This is payback for last week's title loss, folks. Regal's unleashing pure hatred.
Regal's lost it, JR. Osprey's face is a crimson mask. He's out cold. Officials are pulling Regal off, but the damage is done. This is vicious.
William Regal sends a clear message to the European champion. No way out can't come soon enough. Osprey's bloodied and beaten, King, but you know this fire just got lit.
Regal's a madman, JR. Osprey's gonna need stitches after that.
Folks, we'll get an update on Osprey. Stay with us. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, folks. Live from the TD Garden in Boston. This one's for all the marbles. The winner qualifies for the Elimination Chamber match at No Way Out, and it's the final spot on the line. Braun Breaker, the second-generation Steiner Beast, versus the enigmatic striker Aleister Black. King, with the chamber already stacked with heavy hitters like Edge, Triple H, and others. Whoever walks out of this gets a golden ticket to the main event path to WrestleMania.
JR, Aleister Black's got that dark aura and kicks that could shatter bone, but Braun Breaker, he's a freight train with a pedigree. The last spot in the chamber, whoever gets it is one step closer to immortality.
Here we go, with everything on the line. Breaker and Black tie up collar and elbow. Breaker powers through with raw strength, shoving Black across the ring. Black rolls through, back to his feet, and unloads a vicious roundhouse kick to Breaker's thigh. Breaker barely flinches.
That kick echoed like a gunshot, JR. Black's not messing around. He knows what's at stake.
Breaker charges with a shoulder tackle, flattening Black. He scoops him up. Military press slam. Breaker showing off that Steiner strength, dropping Black from the heavens. Cover. 1, 2. Black kicks out with authority.
Black's resilient, but Breaker's just getting warmed up. Remember, the winner's heading to No Way Out.
Black fires back, kipping up and catching Breaker with a spinning back fist. Breaker's staggered. Black follows with a knee strike to the gut, then a step up and Zuguri. Breaker crashes to the mat, and Black's on the prowl. Black mass setup, but Breaker ducks and counters with a massive German suplex. Bridge, 1, 2. Black powers out.
These guys are trading war, JR. Black strikes versus Breaker's bombs. One wrong move, and the chamber dream's over.
Breaker's dragging Black up, whipping him into the corner. Running power slam. What power? Breaker's pounding his chest, feeding off the crowd. He's signaling for something big. Lifts Black for a gorilla press. Walks him around the ring and drops him with a power slam. Cover. 1, 2. Black gets the shoulder up.
How's Black still in this? Breaker's wearing him down. The final spot's slipping away from him.
Black's fighting from his knees, unloading palm strikes to Breaker's chest. Breaker absorbs them and roars back with a headbutt. Blood's trickling from Black's forehead now. Breaker whips Black into the ropes, pops him up for a spine buster. The ring shakes. Breaker's stalking, yelling at the crowd.
Breaker's got that fire, JR. He's smelling victory and that Elimination Chamber spot.
Black's desperate, trying to mount a comeback. Jumps up with a Hurricane Rana attempt, but Breaker catches him midair and transitions into a power slam. Black's hurting bad. Breaker pulls him up, hooks the arms. Spear! That devastating spear drills Black right through the mat. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker wins it and qualifies. By God, what a demolition! Braun Breaker overpowers Aleister Black with that thunderous spear and secures the final spot in the Elimination Chamber at No Way Out. Black brought the danger, but Breaker's explosive athleticism and Steiner lineage proved too much tonight. The chamber is now complete.
Black's a warrior, JR, but Breaker's a monster in the making. That spear, it's game over every time. And now he's locked in with the biggest names at No Way Out. WrestleMania's calling his name.
Braun Breaker rolls on, folks! Another dominant win on Raw, and now he's chamber bound! You gotta wonder who can stop this freight train! We'll be right back after this! Folks, we're taking you backstage here on Monday Night Raw, and it looks like we've caught up with Gino Hernandez, who's been on the run all night after being chased by Mankind earlier. King, Gino looks like he's seen a ghost, panting, hiding behind some equipment crates.
JR! Gino thought he was the slick one, but now he's paying the price. Look at him, sweat pouring, eyes darting everywhere. Mankind's been lurking like a bad dream.
Listen up, you WWF universe. I'm Gino Hernandez, the Magnificent One, and I've been running my ass off tonight because of that sock-wearing psycho Mankind. I had it all planned out. I was dealing with one masked freak already, Kane. Yeah, that big red machine thought he could step to me, but I had him handled. I was gonna put him in his place, show him who runs this show. And then, bam! Mankind interrupts, jumps me, turns my whole world upside down. I've tried to take him out with a chair, thought I had the upper hand, but that freak, he just stared through me like I was nothing. I'm not scared, okay? I'm Gino Hernandez. But if that lunatic shows his ugly mug one more time, I swear.
Oh no! Here comes Mankind! He's found Gino! Look at Gino's face! He's frozen king! Mankind's shambling right toward him! That grin under the mask is pure madness!
Run, Gino! That's no joke! Mankind's got payback on his mind! Security! Where are you?
Get off, you freak!
The mandible claw! Mankind's got Gino locked in that sock-assisted vice! Gino's fading fast! His eyes are rolling back! King! This is brutal! Officials and security are rushing in! Finally!
Mankind's twisting that hold like he's pulling Gino's soul out. Gino's done for. Look at him. Go limp. Security's prying them apart, but Mankind's not letting go easy.
Have a nice day, Gino.
Security's dragging Mankind away! He's still laughing like a hyena! Gino's down, barely moving, medics heading his way! What a savage assault! This feud between Gino, Val Venus, and Mankind is exploding!
Gino wanted to play hero for Val, but Mankind just turned him into a punchline, JR! That claw! Good God, Gino's gonna feel that for weeks! Where's Val Venus? He needs to get here now!
Folks, chaos backstage on Raw! Mankind sends a chilling message! We'll keep you updated on Gino's condition! Don't go anywhere! We're closing out this explosive edition with a main event showdown! The People's Champion, The Rock, going one-on-one with the towering powerhouse Test! King, The Rock's been on fire all night, but Test has that size and that mean streak! Could this be the upset of the week?
JR, Test is a giant, but The Rock, he's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I'm smelling a rock bottom coming. Let's do this!
Here we go! The Rock and Test circle, and Test lunges with a big lockup, powers The Rock back into the corner. The ref calls for the break, but Test lays in a cheap shoulder thrust. The Rock fires back with sharp right hands, lighting up Test's chest.
The Rock's not backing down from that big man, JR. Those punches are cracking like thunder.
Test shakes it off, scoops The Rock up, big side slam. Test showing why he's called a test of strength. He covers, 1, 2. The Rock kicks out. Test drags him up, whips him into the ropes. Big boot attempt, but The Rock ducks and hits a flying clothesline. Test staggering.
The Rock's got that heart, JR. He's turning the tide.
The Rock with a spine buster! Oh, what a spine buster! The crowd's chanting, lay the smackdown! He's feeding off it! The Rock hits the ropes! People's elbow set up! He drops the elbow, hooks the leg! 1, 2, 3! The Rock wins it! The People's Champion does it again! The Rock lays the smackdown on Test with that iconic People's Elbow! A dominant win to cap off Raw!
Test brought the power, but The Rock brought the charisma and the moves, JR. What a way to... Wait a minute!
Ambush! Jacob, Fatu, and Umaga are all over The Rock. This is a mugging. Fatu with vicious headbutts. Umaga grinding that boot into The Rock's throat. Officials are out, but they can't stop these monsters. The Rock's fighting back, but he's outnumbered.
Good God, JR! Fatu and Umaga are tearing The Rock apart. Where's security? The Rock's in bad shape.
This is carnage. Fatu and Umaga showing no mercy. Wait, listen to that music. Rikishi's here.
Rikishi's making the save. He's cleaning house. Look at that power! Umaga's rolling out, Fatu's staggering up the ramp, clutching his back. Rikishi's got The Rock's back!
Rikishi's a one-man wrecking crew! He's chasing Fatu and Umaga off! Those cowards are hightailing it to the back! The Rock's pulling himself up with Rikishi's help! By God, what a family bond!
The Rock and Rikishi, standing tall! Fatu and Umaga might have started a war, but these two just declared victory! What a way to end Raw!
Folks, what a night! From title challenges to brutal attacks, Raw delivers once again. The Rock and Rikishi send us off strong. Don't miss next week's Raw on the road to No Way Out. Good night from Boston.
That brings another episode of Raw to a close. We've managed to get a 73 rating overall for this episode, which is a bit lower than what we have been getting previously. This has also impacted our popularity in America, whereas everywhere else it has improved. As always, if you've liked this week's show, leave a like on the page, and we will see you next week.